Hello and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Kashmir's Srinagar, and this was hailed as his first visit after the abrogation of Article 370. Prime Minister Modi spoke at length about the development, about the tourism activities. In fact, he said that J&K has a deep connection with the lotus flower. He also spoke about the power of development, empowerment of farmers, and there were various other issues on which he spoke, but he also targeted the opposition, saying that Congress and its allies have been misguiding the people of J&K and the entire nation on Article 370. Now, amidst this visit by the Prime Minister, there have been several reports of how government employees were forcibly mobilized to paint a rosy picture about Kashmir. There were reports on that. But the big question is that there is still no word as to when there will be state polls in Kashmir. So how would one look at Prime Minister's visit? Joining me now are very special guests from Kashmir. We have Muzaffar Shah, who's the leader from Awani National Conference. So thank you so much for joining. We have Abhijit Jasrotia, who's the BJP spokesperson. Thank you so much, Abhijit. We have Suhail Kazmi, who's a very, very senior journalist and editor-in-chief of Daily Tasteen. He's a senior political commentator as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Kazmi, for joining. And let me begin with Muzaffar Shah. And I'm going to ask you first, because Prime Minister Modi has spoken at length about development. He's spoken about tourism possibilities, empowerment of farmers. And listening to his speech, it seemed that everything is so rosy about Kashmir. Looking at the crowds, people said, there have been several comments on social media platforms saying that, look, Srinagar was never seen like this, where people had been thronging to attend PM's rally. How would you look at Prime Minister Modi's visit to Kashmir?
Well, thank you for catching me. I'm not in Srinagar, by the way. I'm in Delhi. And I thought it was I couldn't refuse you. But just two things. As Prime Minister, people are welcoming him there. And I can only say one thing, is that if everything is so hunky-dory in Kashmir and everything is normal, people are going in thousands there, why there is no statehood? Because on 5th, 6th August, I remember very well when we were put behind house arrest, our Honorable Home Minister, Amit Shah Saab, had said that when everything is fine there, statehood will come straight away. What more do you want to be fine there? Now, second thing, there was absolutely no talk on the return of Kashmiri Pandits. These are two very vital issues, the statehood, Kashmiri Pandits. Article 370, as you know, is before the Supreme Court. It's not dead. It's still there. It's on. Any day it will be, the hearing will start again. So anyway, those are vital matters. But what I am only asking as a citizen, Prime Minister, you're welcome to Kashmir, but please ask from your administration. There is a very, very glaring examples that have come out today that more than 40, 45,000, 50,000 people have been pressed into service. All local daily wagers from these employees federations and all, with lists, and there are these videos and doing rounds that how you will attend and how you will sign the register, how you will dress up. I mean, that doesn't. And if you say that this is the finest rally that has been organized, then you have not seen rallies there in Kashmir. There's nothing. This is a figment of their imagination.
But
अगर सब कुछ ही चंगा है तो मेरा स्टेटहुड किधर है?
Yeah, but Mr. Shah,
कहाँ है मेरा स्टेटहुड?
Right.
आप बात करते हैं लोगों को वहां लाके करिए, जरूर कीजिए. And because I told you I will be very briefly talking to you.
Right.
अगर ऐसी बात है, आज इतने आपने हजारों लोग वहां इकट्ठे किए, that means these are BJP voters, isn't it? The elections is just 2 months away. The people will answer you. They will answer me and they will answer the Prime Minister. We will know whether these 45,000 were your voters or not. Please mark my words.
Mr. Shah, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today also said that this is Modi's guarantee to win hearts of Kashmiris. What would you say to that?
That's fine. You can win hearts of Kashmiris, but I would also, the best way to win the hearts of Kashmiris was to give them the statehood back. And also, secondly, there are 35 lakh unemployed youth who are running helter-skelter. 35 lakh, the highest in the country. Not a word about them. So what is your guarantee? I don't believe in all this guarantee business. Guarantee means you perform. By painting my 2 or 3 streets in Srinagar and decking up the Bakshi Stadium and saying that nothing was done in the past 70 years. Well, Bakshi Stadium came out from the 70 years. The institute there where you addressed and you came through with these all these schemes.
Mr. Shah,
that was done in Sheikh Saab's time.
Mr. Shah, are you saying that BJP or Prime Minister Modi is trying to paint a very, very rosy picture, whereas the reality is just the opposite?
Unfortunately, at the level of the Prime Minister, this should not have been done. Unfortunately, they are painting a rosy picture by painting certain roads, by decking up certain streets. That's not Jammu and Kashmir.
So what is
that's not true at all.
Right, but where is the heart of the Kashmiris right now?
Let me tell you one thing. We are just 2 months away from the elections.
Right.
You will get the answer.
Okay.
I will also get the answer. We will all get the answer.
No, but there is a feeling that there is absolutely no opposition in Jammu and Kashmir. Are the issues being raised in the manner in which the issues should have been raised?
Well, that's what you feel, or that's what is being said, but that's not true. The answer will be given when it is supposed to be given. It will be given.
Okay, so you do admit that opposition does have a voice, and it's not that the opposition is not raising issues. You're saying
Absolute. That. I again tell you, all my friends there on the show, my BJP friend, my other friend, Sohail Kazmi, you, I can only tell you one thing. As a level-headed man, without going into the excitement, there is no need to ferry 30, 40,000 people at public cost.
All right.
There's no need. And everybody knows it in Kashmir. They know who are there.
Abhijit, now these reports of how the government employees have been forcibly mobilized, to manufacture a crowd for BJP. Why did BJP have to do that? BJP wasn't confident of the people turning up for Prime Minister's rally?
See, the reality is totally different from whatever Muzaffar Shah said. And I hope he has not left for London the way they left in 90s today, because after seeing that huge crowd of Kashmiris in Bakshi Stadium, and let me make one thing clear to Mr. Muzaffar Shah, that these were all the common people of Kashmir who were never allowed to enter into the Gupkar roads. So these are those commoners who you have always stopped from entering into those roads. These are the people who have not been basically came into this Bakshi Stadium, and the things are quite clear. I don't know why they are not able to read it, but let me tell you one thing, that from turmoil, terrorism to tranquility, Kashmir embraces peace. And 30 years, if you have a walk into the history, what you have seen and what you have experienced in Kashmir is pain, agony, graves, then pro-Pak agenda, then these political parties hand in glove with terrorists, hand in glove with the separatists. This is what they have given to Kashmir. 50,000 souls we have lost in Kashmir just due to their Pak proxies and the propaganda of all these people over there. These Snolly leaders, I don't want to say anything about it, because people of Kashmir have given them a befitting reply today by turning out in lakhs, not even in thousands. And if you are talking about a few government employees, let me tell you, there's their government employees were there to control the situation. They were just few hundred who were there. The rest 2 lakh people, they cannot be government employees. If 2 lakh people, 2 lakh government employees will be there, then where are the other people? So things are quite clear, and they also know. Now it's right time for this family and for this dynastical politics to take a flight and go to London, because people of Kashmir have accepted Modi ka parivar and rejected Abdullah Gandhi and Shah parivar. And they also know this thing, because the things have changed in Kashmir. 2.5 crores of tourists who have came to Kashmir, they have proved that they no more believe in this Gandhi, Abdullah or Shah parivar. G20 has proved this thing. Then AIMS, IIT, IIM, then development everywhere. The things are quite clear. I don't know why they are not able to read in between the lines, but things are quite clear.
since it was Prime Minister's first visit to Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370, he would have said things about statehood. He would have spoken about elections. Something on that line would have assuaged the fears of the people like Mr. Shah.
See, if we will go by the track record of Bharatiya Janata Party, whatever we say, we do it also. We are not about all these parties that they never do whatever they promise, that they do everything. So we have already promised the people of Jammu and Kashmir from the parliament, from the floor of the parliament, that the statehood is going to be restored. I don't know why they are now writing the same raga, because they know the common people of Kashmir have now crossed 370 and they are now looking forward for development, all those. But unfortunately, these political parties are still sticking to 370. And we also know 370 is no more there. But they don't have anything to show to the people from their this 50 or 60 years of Kashmir, whatever they have made, that they basically started with kakistocracy, and then plutocracy was clubbed to it. That was the only reason that why Kashmir was in a turmoil. Now things have changed. Today only you see the Prime Minister has distributed thousands of appointment letters to the people. And you know what sort of appointment these people used to give to the youth of Kashmir? 500 rupees daily for throwing those stones. Where are those stone throwers now? They are getting jobs. They are getting avenues. Whatever they given, they have given graves to the Kashmir. And see how much the people care about their families. 50 or 60, they have misruled and made it a banana republic. And today you see that on the graves of their so-called great leader, Sheikh Abdullah, we have got security that is secured. Why? Because people are so fed up of them and their dynastical politics.
There is a feeling that BJP doesn't want to hold elections in Jammu and Kashmir. It is trying to delay. And why these questions are being raised that, elections for the state polls also could be announced along with the Lok Sabha polls. Is it that difficult?
You just tell me one thing. What was the reason that they boycotted Panch Sarpanch election? What was the reason? Could you please ask Muzaffar Shah is not here. Otherwise, you can ask from any NC people. What was the reason of boycotting Panch Sarpanch elections? They didn't want any Panch or Sarpanch from a commoner from a village to enter into the Gupkar. That was the only reason. Where was BDC and DDC? You ask them. I can guarantee you that most of their leaders might not even be knowing the meaning of BDC, DDC, because that was there. They're not there for 6 decades. Now, when I talk about the building of this masjid or mandir of democracy, the foundation is what? Foundation is Panch Sarpanch. Then you have the walls of those BDCs and DDCs. And finally, we are going to have a roof also of MPs and MLAs that is on the cards. And very soon we are going to get it. And BJP is going to come out with thumping majority. That I can assure all of them.
Okay, now let me go to the people who have their eyes and ears very, very close to the ground. Suhail Kazmi, I'll come to you first. What is the real picture? Is BJP really confident of winning the elections in Jammu and Kashmir as what Abhijit is claiming?
I don't know. I can't comment that BJP is going to form the government or winning or losing the seats. But I must tell you, honestly, with the visit of the Prime Minister today, the visit had its own significance. And people of Jammu and Kashmir belong to India. And India, with the visit of this Prime Minister's today's visit, is absolutely, seeing that people are with India and India is with the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and our people are more superior than the regional political parties. Who will win, who will lose, I don't want to comment. The elections will automatically tell who is the winner. But what Modi said on 5th August 2019, with Kashmir address to nation, all those things which he promised to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, they are being seen on the ground, and all those things. Today also in his rally, he has started 6,500 crore rupees new projects, which automatically are going to benefit the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Modi is here or Modi will go, governments come, government goes, but people of Jammu and Kashmir should not feel deprived of any development. No, I think this is the development card which Modi has played today. And honestly, as a citizen of Jammu and Kashmir, I must tell you, with today's rally, the political narrative of the Jammu and Kashmir is totally changed from today. And people are eyeing elections. And I think this year is the election year, as you have rightly said, that after Parliament, anytime we are going to have assembly election, and people are going to participate in numbers. Whatever sort of election will be coming in the way of Jammu and Kashmir, because of the confidence of the people towards the government, towards the governance, towards the LG-led
Right.
administration.
Mr. Kazmi,
That
you
is
pointed
indicating.
out, no, you have pointed out that there's been a lot of development on the ground, which is visible. But the sense of alienation which existed in earlier times in Kashmir, what about that sense of alienation, that pain and anguish which existed within the hearts of the Kashmiris? Does that exist still?
No, I don't think today that is being existed, because people of Jammu and Kashmir have given a lot of it has been, gone through these 3 decades. We have lost a generation, which is an irreparable loss for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. We want development. People want development. People want elected representatives across party lines, across, so hollow slogans. People want democratic institutions to be, given strength, and the people of Jammu should know who will be governing them with a true and good heart. That is the important thing. And I think, and the coming days, this year, I think all these things, and you were talking of the statehood, that is the main thing. But that card will be played by only BJP if they will be thinking that they are going to form the government and the statehood will be restored. There, the Honorable Home Minister has already told them at the Parliament House that statehood can be restored anytime, any conducive atmosphere suitable for restoring the statehood to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. That card is only with the Bharatiya Janata Party. The rest depends upon the people of Jammu and Kashmir, who are going to decide who is winner and who is the loser. And I think development, prosperity matters a lot, and that is the main agenda of Honorable Prime Minister.
All right. So from what you and Abhijit have been saying, I'll come to Bharat Bhushan, who's also a very senior journalist and a political commentator. Bharat, so according to what Suhail Kazmi has just described, the opposition, it seems, that doesn't stand a chance at all. And is the era of the Muftis, the Abdullahs, is it over now almost in Kashmir?
I personally think that is over. So if you look at today's rally, I spoke to my reporters. They told me there was positivity, and people, most of them, they had come on their own. They wanted to listen to the Prime Minister, and many of them, they wanted to see what employment package the Prime Minister was going to give. And I tell you that people, after the rally was over, they were discussing. Everybody was discussing positivity. Everybody was discussing positivity that was in the air. And people were happy. And what opposition is saying, that is merely for the sake of opposition. Earlier, the youth, they were being given 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees a day to stone security forces, to stone whenever security forces used to approach an area where militants were hiding or militants were cordoned. That is over now. That is over now. Nobody comes out of their homes. Nobody comes out to stone security forces. People now want to work. They have not seen the 3 decades of bloodshed, 3 decades of militancy sponsored by Pakistan. But the problem now is that youth, they're not now getting incited by the anti-India forces. So I don't think the opposition stands a chance now. They are basically they are now in a fix what to do. I mean, such a big rally, nobody had expected that people in such a large number will come out to listen to the Prime Minister. And many of them, they were waiting outside the stadium to get a chance to get into the stadium. I think that's not true. What opposition is saying, it doesn't stand a chance. If we talk of the PDP, that has been a part of the BJP earlier. And that time, their language was different. And now their language is totally different, but what they used to say. So that thing is over now. There is a total change in Kashmir. People want to work. People want to be part of the national mainstream. They want to contribute to the national development, and that's what's happening in Kashmir. And that is what has become a problem for the opposition parties.
I have to be on the second debate. If you want to ask me something, please.
Okay. So I'll come to you now. That what Bharat Bhushan is saying, that opposition, it seems, has lost the narrative. So does it now fail to stand any kind of chance on the political turf? I mean, it's a complete failure of the opposition over there. There is no opposition, and that is why BJP is trying to capitalize on that situation.
not at all. Opposition is there, liberalization party. Umar Abdullah just tweeted, sent us the press release that only employees were there in the rally. So PDP is also making that video of the employees at Pulwama at early 5 a.m. and everyone is playing their own cards. But the narrative of the system, narrative of the politics of Jammu and Kashmir is totally changed. There doesn't no stand for autonomy, greater autonomy, self-rule, this and that. The whole narrative is today with the Prime Minister's rally has been changed. It is totally on the development, totally on the prosperity, totally on the involvement of the youth into the mainstream, business entrepreneurship programs and other things. Jammu and Kashmir should be a prosperous union territory. This is the main focus of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They want to participate into the election whenever the elections are there. And this year is the election year. I as a citizen, feel after parliament election, we can be having assembly election, panchayat election, corporation election, every election, because the conducive atmosphere, you see, till July, August, the hotels total in Kashmir, in Gulmarg, in Pelgam, they are already booked. Last year, the data of the tourist numbers was crossing 1 crore. Today, it is crossing 2 crores, sorry. So things are moving, towards normalizing the things. The hollow slogans of the autonomy rule of this and that of Pakistan or the stone pelting, they stand nowhere in Jammu and Kashmir. And I must tell you as a citizen, I salute to the Prime Minister with his open brain and open things which he has discussed with the people of Jammu and Kashmir in this rally or in somewhere other conferences. He has a heart for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and I think Allah kare ye chalta rahe aur hum sabko rahat mile. We have lost a lot. एक generation हमने खो दी, which is irreparable loss.
Right.
और
sorry to stop you.
बनेंगे, जैसी सत्ता बनेगी बने, लोगों को उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं. लोग अमन चाहते हैं, अमन की फिजा चाहते हैं और आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं. Thank you very much.
And I can see Nilofer Masood, she's a spokesperson from the National Conference. She's also joining. Now I'll go to Nilofer Masood. Nilofer Masood, as what we have discussed so far, it seems that the opposition has totally lost the narrative. The issues which were picked up by the opposition in the previous years, they don't seem to have any kind of resonance on the ground. And is it all Lotus? Is it all BJP in Kashmir? That's what today's rally at least projects. Yes, Nilofer.
First of all, I won't call it as public rally. It was in fact employees rally. Because if you would have been on the ground, you could have seen that the vehicles were brought from far-flung areas which was being plied by the drivers of different companies, and who were boarding in these vehicles were in fact the employees, who were the deliverers, who were ASHA workers, who were from different departments, agriculture, education. So you cannot say that this was in fact a rally where public involvement was there. They were in fact employees, and they in fact were believing that something good will happen today. Some announcements will be there, like deliverers were believing that there will be some announcement with respect to their regularization, and people at large who were waiting at their homes, that maybe in the address of the PM we will get to hear today that your statehood will be restored, or like before September you will be having a new government. So nothing like that. We have not heard any such thing from our PM. In fact, we have neither heard about some electricity so that we could have some relief. On one way, we have been congratulated that Ramadan is coming, but for Ramadan, we need to have the basic facilities. And we don't find that any basic facility pertaining to electricity or water scarcity that have been meted out or any promise has been made out. So the abrogation on the broad daylight, which was done on 5th August 2019, we don't find any relief. The promises were made by Amit Shah on the floor of the parliament that has been, in fact, meted out with. They are still awaiting, and we are waiting that someday, maybe in very near future, we believe that our statehood will be restored and the democracy, in fact, that too will be restored. And it's very unfortunate we were having we had pinned hopes. Everybody, in fact, had pinned hope, but we are all disappointed.
No, but looking at what Prime Minister Modi said, and he said that Congress and its allies, and rather he included the entire opposition, that they have been misleading the people of Jammu and Kashmir on Article 370. What I want to ask you is that, has the opposition lost all the issues on the ground? Self-rule, then a lot of other issues which the opposition had picked up. Is opposition really losing the narrative in Jammu and Kashmir?
No, we are not, in fact, losing the narrative. In fact, there are so many other things we can put before the people, because, in fact, people are the worst sufferers. They know what has happened after the abrogation of the Article 370. We have been fighting vehemently for getting that back.
But the
order,
BJP spokesperson here on the show, Abhijit Jasrotia, and also Prime Minister Modi, what he said in his speech, it looks like as if everything is very, very rosy in Jammu and Kashmir. People are happy with the infrastructure. People are happy with the tourism possibilities. People are happy with the way the farmers have been empowered. So all that story which has been given, it shows that people are happy and they don't want to talk about Article 370.
See, Nilu, the public do not require the spokesperson to speak on their behalf. It is, in fact, the public who should come out and say that we are happy whatever is happening or whatever has been done by the BJP. In fact, BJP has been in the government right from 2014. It's not only after only abrogation. They have been in the government with the PDP also after 2014. But looking at this period, the last 10 years, we don't find any such schemes, because we were waiting that the promise had been made 1 lakh these job securities will be given to the people. But unfortunately, people have been thrown out of the jobs. If anybody speaks, he never knows, maybe he will have the job tomorrow or not. The notices will be there. And that was the reason that people, not the people, but the employees were there. And they came in a very short moment. They had to run to the vehicles and come to the venue. In these cold nights, they had to travel long distances. So it's very unfortunate that those people who are in the government, who have been in the government, they are saying that everything is happy. In fact, it should be the public who should come on ground and say that yes, something has been done for we people.
But the people who are residing in Kashmir, who are the residents of Kashmir, what is the kind of pain and anguish which they are going through? When Prime Minister Modi says that J&K has a deep connection with the lotus, we have the power of, BJP has brought in the power of development. We have brought in the tourism possibilities. We have empowered the farmers. J&K is almost the crown of India. When Prime Minister Modi talks like this, it seems as if the opposition has nothing to say on all these things.
No. In fact, it is only a false narrative which they are just spreading over. In fact, if you see from last 10 years, if you talk about the farmers, then globally you will see that apple was brought almond, and they were brought tax-free that was made. And we are the worst sufferers. We have suffered. Jammu Kashmir people have suffered. So our horticulture, agriculture, every sector is suffering. Every sector is ill. Nobody has taken care of. It is not the tourism that we'll only look into. Before 2014, if you check the numbers, if you Google that, you will find that there were a number of tourists who visited in 2013, 2014. It was more than 1 crore. So you cannot connect that with normalcy or say that everything is going good. The pain which Kashmiri are feeling, or the people of Jammu and Kashmir are feeling, that, in fact, the identity crisis. We have, today, Nilu, we have, let me complete. Today we have identity crisis. Our identity has been taken. The privileges which were given to we people, that has been taken. We have been, in fact, degraded from state to UT. And from last 5 years, we don't have any elections. Everywhere we are speaking about the democracy globally, we are talk about that we are the big democratic country in the world. And when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir, it ends there. So something needs to be done in a very good manner. While you make a promise, that should be done. And for years together, you are making people to wait in queues. That will be seen when the time will be there. You will be your statehood will be restored. Your democratic system will be restored. So I don't find that there is something good to cherish about. We are really disappointed.
Do you feel that BJP is not wanting to hold elections in Jammu and Kashmir? I'm talking about the state elections.
Yeah, that is how these things should be projected, and that is in fact truth also, because they are not ready for it. If they would have been ready, the announcement should have been there that I know they will say we have the representative of the BJP. He will say that it is the job of the chief election commissioner. But at least the prime minister could have made the promise that by September you will have elected government. That is not there.
Right.
So they are afraid. And I think what they may be thinking is that why should we contest to lose?
Okay, so why should you contest to lose? Abhijit, I'm coming for the concluding comment to you now.
You see how bizarre and how obnoxious it is. Whatever she has taken from the Twitter account of Mr. Omar Abdullah, and whatever he has written on his Twitter, she is also saying the same. So, but the hard fact is something else. The hard fact is this, that people have basically rejected the Abdullah Parivar and they are now with the Modi ka Parivar. That is why people turned up in lakhs. I really challenge National Conference and all the India alliances. Together, you cannot even bring 20,000 people over there. Today, there were 2 lakh people. And these 2 lakhs are not government employees because you don't have anything to say.
No, but
because
do you think this crowd is going to translate
rejected
you? Abhijit, are you confident
Obviously.
that this huge crowd which turned up for Modi's rally, is it going to translate into votes? Is BJP 100% sure of that?
Obviously, because people have outrightly rejected National Conference. They have seen 50 and 60 years of turmoil, whatever National Conference has given them. That is why they are rejected. They have rejected Abdullah Parivar. It is the right time for Abdullah and others to take a fight and go back over there. I know very well, and they know. Let me tell her one thing, that from kakistocracy to plutocracy, now finally democracy is there. And in this democracy, you will have to take votes in lakhs. Because we know what was the score in last to last election. A few thousand votes, you become minister. A few hundred votes, you become chief minister. Now even a DDC takes lakhs of the votes. So it is next to impossible for National Conference even to qualify that criteria. That is why they are raising a hue and cry. Because no more they have to say anything to people. People know very well. People have outrightly rejected them. Now finally they have to go to the Twitter account of Omar Abdullah and take dictations from them. And we know Omar Abdullah Saab also 2014 we have seen when whole of the Kashmir was dawning. He was on a helicopter throwing breads on the people, on the rooftop of the people, and the people didn't even receive a single bread, like they have not received a single penny from the government of National Conference and Congress in Kashmir for 50, 60 years. Now people are basically getting the benefits of the people. That is why 25 crore people in all of the country have came above the poverty line. And many of them are from Jammu and Kashmir also. We have delivered, because that is why we are known for all these things. And whatever we say, we do it also. Unfortunately, today, National Conference lies nowhere. So that is why they are sticking to the Twitter account of Omar Abdullah.
All right. So we're running short of time. So yes, sir, you want to say
Nilu,
something?
Concluding, just give me a few seconds, Nilu. There is difference between managing crowd and then people's involvement itself. They have managed the crowd. They should agree it. If they are happy that people are with them, why don't they conduct the elections? Why don't they conduct the elections? Yes, you have managed. I have the list. I'll be forwarding that list to Nilu also. We have the list, 140-page list where the employees were told to get other employees. Teachers, educators were told to get other employees. I have the list. This is the list submitted by you. This is the list drafted by you. You cannot make the false propaganda things.
For the first time,
I challenge you to get the people. I challenge you to get the people, not the employees. Not the employees. If you are afraid, if you are only afraid of the Abdullahs, because you know that Abdullahs live in the heart of the people. Abdullahs live in the heart of the people. You should know it. That is why you are not conducting the election. If you are so much confident, then why don't you go for the election? Why don't you go for the election? Managing stage, we have seen it. And today also you have succeeded in managing the stage because you have dragged the employees to this rally. Public involvement was nil. You should accept it. You should and everybody knows.
History for Kashmir.
All right.
That is why you are getting employees in your rally. That is the reason you are getting employees in the rally.
We are running short of time. You've seen this little slice of competition here on the panel discussion, which really shows that opposition is not dead. BJP may have succeeded in gathering a huge crowd, but the big question is that management of crowd is a different story altogether. But when will the state polls be held? Will this crowd translate into votes for BJP? The hearts which were alienated earlier, will these hearts meet up with BJP really in the political sense as well? All those are tough questions, and we'll have to wait and watch as to what will happen in Kashmir in the coming days. Thank you so much, Abhijit Jasrotia, Nilufar Masood, Bharat Bhushan. Thank you so much for joining. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this discussion: subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to The Federal. Thank you.
Subscribe to The Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.